Welcome to RidgeLife. I'm Tim, and today we're back in the apiary doing some fall maintenance. Last time we were out here in the apiary, we had bad news. We were out here putting the mouse guards on, getting everything ready for winter, doing some winter feeding, and we checked inside Adrenaline Hive here, which was a combination of biker bees and SRT bees. We got in here and there was zero brood, zero eggs, and zero signs of a queen. We went ahead and did our winter maintenance. We got the mouse guards on, we got the top feeders on, we got everything we needed to do to get them through the winter. And it's been about 3 weeks now, and it is in the 70s. We have a mid-November day in the 70s, and we're gonna get in here and we're gonna see what's going on with our bees. Now, with it being 3 weeks, with these guys not being queen right, there should be hardly any bees left in here. Some interesting thing about honeybees is during the active season, say spring to early fall, when they're storing honey and taking care of brood and larvae, the honeybee worker, they only live about 5 to 6 weeks total life cycle there. In the winter, when they're overwintering, when they're just a big ball of bees and they're just moving around, keeping the queen warm and taking in those winter honey stores, they can live 4 to 6 months. Now, being that it's still early fall here and it sits in the 70s, and it's been 3 weeks since we checked adrenaline bees, I really don't expect to see hardly any bees at all if they weren't queen right. Now, if the queen was in there and there were some eggs and were some new brood, that'd be awesome. If the queen's in there and the bees that were still there just got into the overwintering phase, we may be okay until next spring. We also want to make sure we're not getting any robbing. When it's in the 70s like this in mid-November, you see a lot of bees coming and going. That's why I went ahead and put the entrance reducers back over the mouse guards, because when it heats up and there's nothing flowing, there's no flower sources, and then bees want to go out and there's feeders on top of your hives, they're going to sense that and they're going to want to come take all the honey from the weaker hive. So that's the stronger hive should be, and there's lots of activity over here. I do know there's syrup in both these feeders, so hopefully that's just good, strong hive activity over there. I don't see a lot of dead bees out front. I don't see a lot of attacking going on, but you do have to make sure you're limiting the entrances during that time. One other thing I'm going to do is check on the numbers of our bees in the boxes. If I've got enough bees to take up one full box and consolidate down, I'm probably going to get rid of this bottom box and move them all to the top one with the windows so I can look in on them during the winter time on the outside edges. If there's just tons and tons of bees in here, we'll give them 2 full boxes because I don't want them to do a late fall crazy swarm or something. But if there's not very many bees, we'll take them down to 1 box. That way there's not a lot of air space in there for them to have to heat to keep that ball of bees warm in the wintertime. We'll do the same thing to Hive 2 over there. Hive 2 had a lot of bees, so depending on how well they're doing, we may go ahead and let them stay in 2 deep. Get a little smoke going here. Get this top cover off. Okay, I don't see any bees on the feeder. Still lots of feed up here, and there's hardly any bees feeding, so we'll go ahead and get this off. Put a little smoke down the hole there. Get this cover. Smoke, 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 smoke. I see lots of bees. I see some bees, so that's a good sign. Lots of bees with nectar and pollen, some capped honey. Oh, I see brood. I see brood, so we do have a queen. That's awesome. Oh, we got lots of bees, guys, and we have fresh brood. You can see the fresh brood right here. So Adrenaline Hive is going well. We got so lucky. Oh yeah, fresh brood on this side. We've got honey. So these guys are going to be doing well. We have fresh brood on another frame. Lots of pollen. That's awesome. The pollen coming in. There's honey all over. Nectar, so that's good. Fresh brood there. Haven't seen the queen yet, but the fact that we're seeing brood where we didn't before makes me really happy. We still may be able to go down to 1 box because, the way they're all on one end here may allow us to go down to 1 box. But it looks like they're going to be up in the top box here, so that's good. So we have a queen. We have brood, which all great signs. I'm very happy with that. Let's get this one put back together. And then we're going to check the bottom. Depending on what we find down here is how we determine what our plan of attack is going to be for the winter of Adrenaline Hive. I don't see too many bees down here, so I think we're going to be able to consolidate. I'm going to move this box off, set it down here. I'm going to bring the main box back on. This is where our queen is. Again, we didn't see the queen, but we know she's in there. So now I got to find out which frames I want to remove from here. I should have some empty frames. And the ones with the really yellow, bright yellow, clean, that's fresh new wax. I think I'm going to keep those. This one's empty. I'll set this one here for now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 frames back into our bottom hive body. We still have our mouse guard on. We have our entrance reducer down to medium. And so now I'm going to make sure that all the frames I have left don't have any bees on them, especially the queen bee. That's good. We're consolidated now down back to one deep hive body. We've got our Swiffer sheets on there for our small hive beetle. We've got our beetle blasters with oil in them. This should be great for the winter time. Let's go ahead and get our inner cover back on. Now, I put the inner cover on with the holes in the bottom right now. That's going to help moisture come out, that anything that collects on the bottom side up here, because the heat from the bees rises up, so that's going to help the moisture get out. And then also, when I put the feeder on, they'll have to go in through with the holes where the bees are to get to the food, any robbers would, and then the bees will be able to protect those a lot better, being in their main entrances. I'm also going to stuff sticks in the holes for now to ensure there's no robbing since I've had this open. I'll pull the sticks out, probably the back top entrance, leave the front one with the sticks in it. Before we move on to Hive 2 over there, all these frames, these are fully drawn comb, wax comb frames. Can't just leave these out. Wax moths will get to them and they'll just be gummed up and nasty by next season. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze all these. I'll put all these frames in the freezer, kill anything that's in it, and then I can move to a sealed container to wait until spring. You can see the bee trying to go in the top entrance there. I'm going to close it up with a stick. And now they can't get in there. Air can still come and go because it's not completely sealed, but now the bees can't get in there to get to the feeder to start the robbing process. Lots of activity going on here on Hive 2. Top entrance being attacked, try to get entered. The bottom has lots. I don't see any bees attacking each other, and I don't see any dead bees on the ground. So that's a good sign. Maybe just a hot day and the bees are coming and going. Go ahead and give them a little smoke here. Get the top off. Oh, I see bees up here eating. Lots and lots of bees eating. You can see all the bees. They climb up through these holes to the center here. They climb around and they get down between the screen and they get all the syrup. And the screen keeps them from getting, in here and drowning. So then they can crawl back down and go through the center. Okay. Y'all can see all the bees. All right, we got lots of bees inside of our colony here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, very heavy, full of honey. Full of honey. That's a lot of honey, everybody. Look at that. This is what you want to see your bees going into the winter with, a full frame of honey. Capped honey. Looks very, very good. Oh, that's heavy. That is honey, honey, honey. And they're putting some more nectar in there. That's great. So it's honey, honey, honey. They have tons of honey in this hive. So I've got 4 empty frames already. Depending on what I find on the bottom, we may be able to consolidate Hive 2 down to 1 deep as well. So up here on the top is all honey. Lots of bees and all honey. 1, 2, 3, 4 full frames of honey, which is great for them to go into an 8-frame hive into winter with. So 4 full frames of honey. Let's go down and check the bottom box is where I expect to see the queen and any remaining brood. Lots of bees in the center here. Don't see too many on the outside edge. I think we're going to be able to consolidate down. We'll see when we get down in here. Oh, small hive beetles. Kill them, kill them, kill them. All right. 7. Oh yeah, we're going to be able to go down to 1 pretty easy here. All right, so let's see what we have on these 4 here. Lots of bees. I don't see any brood. Again, if they're winterizing, they might not have it. But we did see the queen last time we were in here. She was definitely in here. So, all right. So this is where I hope to see a little bit of brood. And the queen is one of these 2 frames right here, the very center of this bottom box. So let's pull it up gently. All right, we've got brood. We've got brood. So queen right. She's probably in this one or the other one. Come over on this. Oh, yeah, brood on this side as well. So hive 2 is doing well. I'm going to lift the bottom box. It has a queen in it. I'm going to set her down right here. I don't want to go in too far away. This is our bottom box. So I've got 4 frames of honey. I'm going to move 2 frames of honey to the outside. 2 frames of honey to the outside. I'm actually going to remove this one. Make sure the queen's not on there. I'm going to set it off to the side just for a second. That way I can put in my center frames. I know I've got, this is the brood frame right here with the queen on it. So the 2 inside frames are right together. Next outside frame. There we go. Next outside frame. Bring those in. Get this honey frame back in here. Lots of honey. Lots of honey. So don't roll any bees. All right. Get them put together. Let's get the remaining bees that are on here in here. All right. Get our beetle busters back on here. On the outsides there. We got Swiffers here. Put these Swiffers on to catch any of the other beetles that may linger. These Swiffers do really good against them beetles. Beetle barn. Let's get our... Come on, guys. You gotta get out of the way there. Lots of activity, huh? All right. There's still bees up in here. Get the top cover on, and we will close up the top entrances. Keep any robbing from going on. Great news, adrenaline bees appears to be okay for now. They are queen right, they've got brood, they've got honey stores, nectar, pollen, everything they need to start that wintering process. We got them down to 1 deep. We did the same thing for Hive 2. Hive 2 has just enough brood in the center there, and it means they're queen right, and they have tons of capped honey. I mean, they have got tons of capped honey. Of course, we're still feeding them 2-to-1 syrup so they can fill in any of the empty frames they've got. Now, adrenaline hives have some room to improve on their honey stores, but we're feeding the 2-to-1, and they should be able to fill out all those frames just fine, get them through the winter. Now, we are mindful of robbing. It is 70 some odd degrees here in mid-November and lots of bee activity. So we've got our entrance reducers over our mouse guards. We've got them on medium right now. We'll see if that's going to be fine. And we've closed off the top entrance holes just to make sure those bees aren't going straight in for those honey stores. It's going to be getting cold very, very soon here in West Tennessee. Not super cold like those guys up north got, you know, like Chad L and Brian from Castle Hives, and that's 5L4H Ranch Chad L. Those guys, it gets cold where they're at, but down here we get cool. We don't get super cold, but we are ready for the winter, and we'll check back on them. If we have another really warm day, we'll bring you out here, open them up a little bit. We don't want to get any chill brood. Chill brood means those babies inside that capped a cell could get cold, and then the larva inside will die, and we don't want any of that to happen. Now, you don't have too much brood in the wintertime, so what's in there now is just going to help get them through the winter. Again, those bees overwintering can live 4 to 6 months as opposed to 5 to 6 weeks for a regular active bee during a spring to fall season. Hope y'all enjoyed watching us check our overwintered bees here on this really warm fall day here in West Tennessee. If you like what you see, please subscribe to RidgeLife if you will. Hit the thumbs up for this video if you like it. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified anytime a new video comes out here on RidgeLife. We do all kinds of things besides bees. We have rabbits in the rabbitry, we have chickens, of course we have a barn and tractor and Kubota side-by-side, four-wheelers. We do hunting, fishing, trapping, just all kinds of fun things. Country life, if you will, and that's why we call it RidgeLife. We live here on the ridge in West Tennessee, and these videos are just of our life out here in the country. I could sit out here all day and watch these bees coming and going on a warm day like today, but I think I got some deer hunting to do. So until next time, I hope everyone has a blessed day. Go RidgeLife.